Hi guys, today is the 15th of May 2022 and I just finished filming riding my Segway here on Sydney's Harbour Bridge, so I hope that you enjoy that video. So yeah, being the 15th of May, I wanted to talk about the rapture of the church and why it didn't happen yesterday. Now what you're looking at here is not the Great Tower of Babel, but it's actually Sydney's latest Crown Casino Tower. This is to the west side of downtown Sydney, if you like. And this area is really nice to ride your electric scooter because it's all relatively flat, and that means that your battery is gonna last longer. You can go fast and everything, and there's a lot of shops, restaurants, people around, and yeah, it's actually quite a pleasant ride around here. But yeah, let's get back to the rapture, shall we? Now, yeah, a lot of people were expecting that somehow the rapture was going to happen yesterday on the 14th of May. Perhaps that's fulfilling, Psalm 90 and also executing, the parable of the fig tree, which Jesus talked about in Matthew 24 verses 32 to 34. Then a video recently quite clearly said that the rapture is not going to happen. Let me see if I can make you, if I can put some sense into you guys. Now think about this for a moment because you really need to analyze, the end time Bible prophecies regarding the rapture of the church. Now the rapture of the church, get this, okay? So just get this. It's not going to happen. It's not going to happen until Isaiah 17.1 and Ezekiel 38:39. And then the signing of Daniel's covenant, that's what Daniel 9:27, it's all out of the way. Now, until that's out of the way, until Ezekiel 38:39 is out of the way, you can't really talk about the rapture because it's just not going to happen because these end time Bible prophecies that I just mentioned, Isaiah, Ezekiel, and Daniel's 9:27, they belong into this dispensation of the church age, end times, and we are not going to move forward into the next dispensation of the tribulation period unless these three Bible prophecies are over and done with, and they belong in this dispensation of the end times because, like I said before, you cannot fit, Ezekiel 38:39 into the trib, not for that matter into the millennial kingdom, because that don't make sense at all. Remember what Jesus said, heaven and earth shall pass away, but my words will never pass away, meaning that every Bible prophecy will come to pass, come May, no matter what. So we cannot move. This is what you need to understand. We cannot move into the trib until Ezekiel 38:39 is out of the way. Obviously, we're going to have Isaiah first, but then Ezekiel, and then the covenant. And we cannot go into the next dispensation without the fulfillment of Ezekiel 38:39. So that's when you can start really thinking about the rapture after Ezekiel, because after that will come the covenant, or the signing of the covenant, if you like. That's what Daniel 9:27. Now, perhaps I'm sure the people are going to make YouTube videos when we get to Yom Teruah or the Feast of Trumpets in late September, 25th to the 27th of September, I believe, in about 4 months from now, thereabouts, give or take. And let me tell you something. Suppose we get to Yom Teruah on the 25th of September this year, and if Ezekiel 38:39 has not happened, the rapture is not going to happen. You can forget about it, just like I said that the rapture wouldn't happen yesterday. You can forget about the rapture happening, at Yom Teruah this September 25th to 27th, if the fulfillment of Ezekiel 38:39 has not been done and dusted. It's a possibility that all this could be done and dusted by late September this year, because don't forget that this war with Russia and Ukraine has only been going on for 2.5 months now, and between now and late September we got quite a fair bit of time. If you look what's happening with Israel, with the situation with Hamas and so on, yeah, it's a high possibility that we could have the fulfillment of Ezekiel 38:39 soon. But let me tell you something right now, that if Ezekiel 38:39 is not fulfilled, by Yom Teruah, by September 25th to 27th, forget it. The rapture is not going to happen at Yom Teruah. I'll guarantee you that, because we cannot move, like I said, we cannot move into the next dispensation of the trib until Isaiah 17.1, Ezekiel 38:39, and the signing of the covenant, as per Daniel 9:27, as per Jeremiah 30 verse 7, and as per Isaiah 15:28. Unless that's out of the way, forget about the rapture of the church. I'm telling you right now, quite clear, so that you guys, can get it if you like. A lot of people are still analyzing this. They still haven't come to this realization of what I'm saying right now. But I'll be doing future videos about this, So, what we have to do now is, because the rapture didn't happen yesterday, like a lot of people were thinking, because, the celebration of Israel, turning 74, and, that's regarding, Psalm 90 and Mathew 24, the parable of the fig tree. We can't use the date. Now that the rapture hasn't happened, we can't really use the date, like I said on my previous video, of Israel becoming a nation in 1948. We have to use an opposing date. Now, which is the opposing date? Well, we're going to have to use the alternative, a different date altogether. In my view, perhaps would be the 25th of January 2023, in celebration of, when Israel, you guys will recall that Israel had its first elections on the 25th of January 1949, won by Ben Gurion, and that's when the Knesset and the Israel parliament and democracy, if you like, in Israel began its fruition. And so we're going to have to use the alternative date, perhaps, of this, date that I just gave you of 1949. We might have to use the date of 25th of January 2023 in order to accommodate these vital, very, very vital end time prophecies of Isaiah and Ezekiel and the covenant, to allow these prophecies, time. We need the fruition of and the fulfillment of Isaiah and Ezekiel and the covenant to move into the trib. Without those three, you can forget about the rapture of the church. So we're going to have to use an alternative date, like I just said, of the 25th of January, 2023, to allow more time, for the fulfillment of these three Bible prophecies, I just mentioned. Without the fulfillment of these three, forget about the rapture of the church. We cannot move into the next dispensation of the trib. So anyway, so don't be disappointed. I'm not. I told you guys that, as an example, if I went fishing or even riding my electric scooter like I am today, I did assure you guys that I will wake up the following day and there will be no rapture of the church. I wasn't expecting the rapture of the church like many people were, because I know 100% for sure that unless you have the fulfillment of these three vital, extremely vital end-time Bible prophecies, you cannot move into the next stage or into the dispensation of the trib without the fulfillment, especially of Ezekiel 38:39. Start talking about the rapture after Ezekiel 38:39, because then obviously Israel will be at peace and they will be signing the covenant as per Daniel 9:27. And then bang, the rapture, and then we'll have the fulfillment of Paul's in 2 Thessalonians chapter 2 verse 3, that the man of sin shows up, and then it's game over. So until then, folks, pass the time doing your own leisure activities. Mine is riding my electric scooter here and my Honda Silverwing, and also like riding my canoe and things like that. But until then, folks, just do your own thing, I guess. Alright guys, thanks for watching, and I'll talk to you guys later.